the hospital beds. Now, Mayawati, BJP, UP government, Raghav, all are attacking the government of Delhi, saying that the government is acting in a selfish manner. It is not only against the constitution, but also against the spirit of the constitution, which says that there should not be any discrimination as far as the citizens of the country is concerned, and especially at a time of pandemic. How do you respond to that, Raghav?
Well, before I come to the legal aspect of it, let me try and make you understand this with the help of an example. If there is a very big fire that takes place in Delhi, and at the same time a small fire takes place in Lucknow, will the fire tenders and the firefighters of the Department of Delhi, Government of Delhi, go and extinguish the big fire in Delhi or the small fire in Lucknow? Of course, they will first go and extinguish the big fire in Delhi, subsequently go towards Lucknow and extinguish that fire. That is exactly the essence of the matter. The situation in Delhi is bad. We fear that perhaps we have entered community spread. The number of cases and the infection rate is rising. And therefore, we need to make appropriate arrangements for Delhiites. And when I say Delhiites, none of us are originally from Delhi. We have migrated from one part of the country to another. All of us have either come from UP, Bihar, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, and settled ourselves in Delhi. So therefore, everyone who lives in Delhi, who is an ordinary citizen, ordinary resident of Delhi, can avail these facilities. And we are not for one saying, Rahul, Ankit, that that the entire hospital capacity in the city of Delhi will be only for those who are ordinary residents of Delhi. We have said that let us divide the facility into two broad categories: Delhi government-run hospitals, central government-run hospitals. For Delhi government-run hospitals, only a Delhiite should come and avail that facility. For union government, that is central government-run hospitals, anybody can walk in and get treatment. Now, let's look at the legality of it. There is absolutely no embargo on the government of Delhi on taking such a decision, because these decisions are taken in the interest of the people when there is a pandemic as per the provisions of the Disaster Management Act. These are not ordinary times. These are times when various powers of states and the union government and various agencies and departments of the government stand suspended. These are extraordinary times that call for extraordinary measures. Ordinarily, up to 70% of the occupancy in Delhi government-run hospitals are that of people from outside Delhi. But these are not ordinary circumstances. These are extraordinary circumstances. And last thing, Ankit, before you go to the BJP, when this lockdown was put in place, we were told the following: 1, ramp up your infrastructure; 2, ramp up your public health machinery. And you do this keeping the following in mind: infection rate of your state, population of your state, the growth of coronavirus in your state. We have done that. On the basis of these three things, created a facility for the population of this state. Now, if you put the burden of the entire country on one small state, the state will collapse. The health infrastructure will collapse. And God forbid, if tomorrow you and I need a bed, what will we do? Where will we go? Will we go to Lucknow?
Raghav, please explain it to me. Raghav, before I get Mr. Hegde and Aman Sinha, please explain this to me. You are saying these are extraordinary circumstances, unprecedented, agreed. You are saying that the Disaster Management Act, Epidemic Act give you certain powers, extraordinary powers, agreed. But despite that, even those, they can't be in confrontation with the basic fundamentals of the Constitution. How will you justify in the order in the court?
You see,
hold on, listen to me. I know you will explain, but let me, Raghav, let me first complete the question. I hope you'll give me that courtesy so that then you can respond.
No, of course.
Okay. So how will you explain this in the court when the fundamental right enshrined in the Constitution and public health has been attached in many Supreme Court orders along with the right of life? How do you deny that? And if you are saying that these are extraordinary times and we were given certain parameters, you should have made it clear right in the beginning. When the cases in Delhi are rising, it seems that the Delhi government is scampering for a response. And right now, they are, because they are not prepared as they should be. That is why all these things are being done.
First of all, nobody is being denied treatment in Delhi. If you cannot avail facilities at the Delhi government-run hospital, you can go to a central government-run hospital. We have roughly 9,500 beds in Delhi government-run hospitals and 10,000 beds in central government-run hospitals. So the capacity is exactly the same. It's identical. So nobody is denied treatment. On your legal point, that how do I explain this? It's a violation of the fundamentals of our constitution. Well, this is, as I said, disaster management efforts made by the government. Section 19, Article 19 of the Indian Constitution also says that you cannot stop a person from freely moving around in the country. You cannot put an embargo or any restriction on a person's movement. But when the lockdown was enforced, you were unable to even step out of your colony. You could not go from one state to another. Wasn't that the violation of Article 19 of the Indian Constitution?
Sorry, sir.
Now,
sir, you are
when
mixing
Article
two
19
different
of the
things.
Constitution comes
Sir, you are
into
mixing two
force,
different things.
when a
Right to
lockdown is
life,
there, it
right
also
to
comes
life,
into force.
right to life in many judgments of the
Please, I
Supreme
want
Court
to
is
understand,
over
sir.
any other life. Raghav, I'm sorry.
is
Please don't mix
19.
Article
So is
19 with Article 20,
19.
Article 14 and 21.
Article 19 is also
Right
part of
to
the basic
life,
structure of the
right to
Constitution.
life
I
in
respect
many,
now,
in
and
many,
we had
in
enough
Supreme
of-
Court judgments has been kept over any other right. Aman Sinha,
Just read-
Aman Sinha,
read
Aman
that
Sinha,
judgment
Aman
again.
Sinha. I
Yes,
just want you to
Article
come in
19
on
too is
this.
part
Yes,
of the
Ankit,
basic
go
Aman
ahead.
structure.
Sinha.
It can't be a monologue. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Aman
Article
Sinha,
19
the
is also
argument of the
equally
government
important.
of Delhi, the argument of the government of Delhi. Raghav, you have made your point. Let me get another guest as well. Aman Sinha, the argument of the government of Delhi is these are unprecedented times, and we have to our first responsibility is towards the people of Delhi. We are ramping up health facilities for the people of Delhi. All our calculations are in respect to people of Delhi. If there is extra burden from states which possibly have not used this time to ramp up their facilities, why should Delhi bear the brunt?
No, Ankit, first of all, let me say that we are in middle of a pandemic, and within all this situation, Aam Aadmi Party government is every day passing inhuman and draconian dictates which are in complete violation to right to life under Article 21. Now, it doesn't matter what Raghav Chadha says and what his Aam Aadmi Party is saying. This is not the first attempt, Ankit. You would recall, you have been reporting on Delhi for a number of years now, that this is not the first attempt by Aam Aadmi Party government. They did it earlier in 2018. In October 2018, there was an attempt to reserve beds for people of Delhi, which was struck down by division bench of the High Court, saying that it was blatant violation to right to life under Article 21 of the Constitution. Therefore, Raghav Chadha, I do not know what authority he has, but he has been passing sweeping blanket judgments over orders of the High Court. Now, let me say, Ankit, that there are large number of people who are here in Delhi. There are large number of migrant workers also who are there. And where will they go? What will they do? Do they not have right to access the government hospitals? And he's going on about Delhi government hospitals.
Okay.
Let me tell him, and he knows that, and Ankit, you also know that Delhi government has about 35 hospitals, out of which 30 are not taking COVID patients. Only 5 are taking COVID patients. They do not fully utilize their own facilities. Delhi is a place where you have maximum health infrastructure from government of India, from other private hospitals, etc.
Okay.
But due to blatant mismanagement of the Aam Aadmi Party government and the kind of unprecedented politics that they are playing over this is due to this that this pandemic situation is getting out of hand. How can you deprive anybody of testing and treatment?
But Mr. Sinha, Raghav, just give me a moment. I also need to get in Sanjay Hegde. Then I'll come to you. But Mr. Sinha, very quickly, what about Uttar Pradesh and Haryana? Why is it, and any government at this point of time, because when initially the cases in Delhi were rising, both these states decided we will not let people from Delhi come in because there is a risk to our population. When they can take certain decisions, keeping in mind the welfare of their own people, should the Delhi government not have the same, enjoy the same authority?
No, there is a very clear distinction, Ankit. No state government or government of any union territory or administrator has ever said that somebody who wants to avail medical facilities in our state will not be allowed that. How can that be possible? Nobody has ever said that. That is what Aam Aadmi Party government intends to do, which is absolutely constitutionally and legally impermissible. And the kind of analogy that Mr. Raghav Chadha is drawing is completely a non-starter. And let me say that just few days back, Kejriwal was harping on testing, treatment and 5Gs. I heard that he was little unwell. We wish him well. We hope that his COVID test is negative. But what is the plight of other people in Delhi? And when there will be no test, where is the question of having treatment without knowing the protocols as to what is required?
Okay, let me get a neutral Raghav, I'm coming to you. Just give me a second. Let me get Mr. Sanjay Hegde for a legal perspective on this, a neutral legal perspective. Mr. Hegde, will this decision of the government of Delhi, will it stand the scrutiny of the law? Is it against the spirit of the constitution and specifically the right to life?
Let me cite two instances. One Aman has already cited. It is the October 2018 judgment of the Delhi High Court, which struck down a similar scheme where the treatment was restricted only to 20% of the available beds for outsiders and 80% for inside Delhi. The Delhi High Court said nothing doing. Then Aman is wrong saying that it's only Delhi which has done it. My own home state of Karnataka, run by a BJP government, also denied entry to people from Kasaragod, which is in Kerala. And the matter ended
sorry,
up in
Sanjay,
the Supreme...
please do not pass your judgments on me. You say whatever you have to say. But let me assure you that no government in
Aman, I did
India
not
has
interrupt
said
you.
that anybody is going to be deprived of medical treatment.
Sir,
please do not put words in your mouth.
One by one. Sir, one by one. No point all of us speaking over each other.
I do not need a certificate from you.
No point.
When I'm
Mr.
wrong
Sinha,
and right.
Mr.
No,
Sinha,
I say categorically.
Mr. Sinha, I'm
Government
sorry,
of
sir.
Karnataka
Sir,
has
you
not
get
denied and not said that anybody who seeks to avail medical treatment in Karnataka cannot do so, and this is what Kejriwal did and his government did. That is
Mr. Sinha, can I come back to you for a rebuttal? Let him complete his point, then you can rebut him. Please go ahead, Mr. Hegde.
How can he pass such sweeping judgments?
The state of Karnataka prevented...
Sir, you can. I will give you time to do that, sir. Unnecessary, we are wasting time. Nobody is able to make any point on this. Go ahead, Mr. Sanjay Hegde.
No, I have no difficulty.
Yes.
Sanjay can go ahead.
The state of Karnataka prevented people from the state of Kerala to come into Mangalore. That is my hometown. The matter reached the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that that was not possible. But the state of Kerala did something remarkable. Immediately thereafter, within a period of a month, they came out with an entire new hospital in Kasaragod. That is exactly what Delhi needs to do. Delhi needs to ramp up the number of beds. You do not necessarily need to ramp up the number of hospitals. Please have field hospitals. We have come to the stage of community transmission where there are a lot of beds required, but you do not necessarily need everybody on a ventilator. You need to have huge tents outside hospitals where the lesser serious cases can be treated. But the basic thing is that people all over India who are currently in Delhi are looking for treatment and are looking for medical advice. Many of them may be better advised medically to go home, but they need a doctor to say so.
Okay, Raghav, you can't deny the fact that all this infrastructure which Delhi has, center government, state governments, has been built over the years, and there has been, of course, special focus because it is the capital of the country. Best hospitals, both in terms of private hospitals, government hospitals, and a lot of taxpayers' money, not just from Delhi but from all across the country, have been used in those resources. Having said that, Raghav, is it fair at a time of pandemic for the government to try and in fact divide people on the basis of region, not give facilities to the people who possibly might not be getting the best facilities in their own state? I concede that point. But where will those people go?
Right. So quickly, first of all, as you rightly point out, yes, these institutions have been built over the years by taxpayers' money. And therefore, I again reiterate the point that there are two types of institutions. Delhi government-run institutions and central government-run institutions. The central government-run Ram Manohar Lohia, Safdarjung Hospital, AIIMS, or other hospitals of similar nature are open to all for treatment. It's not that they are being reserved for people who are ordinary residents of Delhi. It is only a handful of Delhi government-run hospitals. Number one. Number two, you can accuse us of indulging in a discrimination only when we say that it is a certain from Delhi, which is not the case. We have said that anybody who comes from whichever state who now lives in Delhi is entitled to get himself treated, because Delhi is a city of migrants. You know this, I know this. On the legal point, I do agree with Sanjay Hegde, who happens to be the only senior advocate on the panel, that yes, there have been Supreme Court judgments to that effect. But let me bring this to your let me just highlight one simple point. May I just finish? I agree with Mr. Hegde.
Do not make
yes,
incorrect
the
statements.
Supreme Court is some.
I do not know who you are and what you are, but you are passing sweeping blanket judgments, and then you will make a call over other people's professional
did come out with a judgment like this.
Gentlemen, Raghav,
But
can
the
we
only-
refrain from going? Can both of us? Can both of you please go refrain from going personal? Let's not do that. It's an
Well,
important
may I just
discussion that
finish?
we are having. If we go after each other, it leads us nowhere. Raghav,
why
can
is
you
Raghav
quickly
getting
wrap up your
into
point?
this?
I have a quick question to you, then I need to go to
Mr.
Aman
Hegde,
Sinha.
okay,
What is this?
I will rephrase that.
Only
Mr. Hegde, who's a very
bankruptcy of
senior
Aam Aadmi
lawyer,
Party.
who's a
They
designated
have
lawyer
say
of the
they
Supreme
start
Court,
attacking
who is
others
very well
personally.
versed with law,
I'm
who
wishing
appears
Mr.
in court on a
Kejriwal
daily
well,
basis,
but
has made a
Mr.
statement
Raghav
to which I would like to
Chaddha
respond. He has quoted a Supreme
Raghav,
Court judgment. I
come
agree
to
your
the
with
life
point,
to
Raghav.
attack other
that
people
judgment.
personally.
All
You
I'm-
might have
may I
become
just finish?
MLA. It doesn't give you right to
I'm
mock
talking
and
about
abuse
something
others.
else. Okay, let's do away with
Who are
this.
you?
Can I make a legal point without referring to any
Okay.
lawyer? I will
You
make a
make
simple
any legal point.
And
You
the
made a
legal
legal
point that
point
I'm
which
trying
had
to
no
make here
legs,
is,
and you were completely
Ankit, all right,
collapsed.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
gentlemen,
that's
gentlemen,
You
we
are
are
not even
digressing
aware
completely from
that
what
the
we were
same
talking about.
May I-
Let's not do
may I
that.
get this
I just want to
has
give a
watched
okay, Mr.
the
Sinha.
orders of the Delhi government
Mr.
whereby
Sinha,
they
Mr.
wanted to
Sinha,
preserve
Mr.
such-
Sinha, can I please request you, sir, Raghav, Mr. Sinha,
Yes,
can I please
yes, may
request?
I?
Can I just request a moment? In fact, answers from Mr. Sinha and Mr. Hegde. Why is the Delhi government so far shying away from making field hospitals? As you earlier at the beginning of the pandemic, we were told that Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium is being kept on standby to be converted into a facility like Mumbai. Why are we not seeing field hospitals in the national capital? Okay, there seems to be some problem with that line of Raghav Chaddha. We'll try and fix that. But Mr. Sinha, at this point of time, the Lieutenant Governor, we've been told, has decided that this order can't be implemented. Do you now, at a time of pandemic, see this, politics now a head-on collision between the government of Delhi and the Lieutenant Governor at a time when all should have been together?
Well, absolutely, Ankit. This is the time that all of us should be working together towards unitedly defeating this menace and virus corona. Now, but if there is a order which is, on face of it in violation to Article 21 and right to life, then certainly the LG is absolutely well within his rights to restore the original situation that existed, and it is in consonance to the judgment of the High Court. Let me also say, Ankit, that it is unfortunate that I see some of the representatives of Aam Aadmi Party, they have become MLAs, they start behaving in such an arrogant manner and not knowing anything, they are uttering anything. I said that they are not even utilizing their own hospitals. They say that every suspect patient who goes to hospital has to be admitted, but their own 30 hospitals are not working. Not only that, a suspect patient has to be admitted by a private hospital, but a suspect patient cannot be tested. What is this kind of logic which is going on?
Sir, unfortunately, Raghav Chaddha, we've lost that line with Raghav Chaddha. He would have responded to what you are saying. But may I request, may I now go across to Mr. Sanjay Hegde for a closing comment on this. Mr. Hegde, the government says that they are well within their legal rights. We'll wait till tomorrow because there is already a petition which has been filed as far as the High Court is concerned against the order. Lieutenant Governor, sources are telling us, has already rejected this order. At a time like this, where the governments are using wide powers given to them under the Epidemic Act, be it the central government or the state governments, do you feel this is completely against the spirit of the Constitution? I mean, is this only being done because the governments don't know how to respond with the rising number of cases, specifically in cities like Delhi and Mumbai?
Well, as far as Delhi is concerned, it looks like a knee-jerk reaction to a situation that when there is a scarcity, hold it for yourself. But at the end of the day, the virus does not look at state boundaries. We are all Indians. The Constitution of India recognizes only Indian citizenship, not citizenship of any particular state. Place of residence or place of permanent residence is not a consideration which is relevant to the question of treatment. I would suspect that any court would strike down an order like this. I think the Delhi government is on weak ground. I do not know why they have put in this order. Maybe it is for optics. I don't. That's my guess. But legally, I would think that this is an unsustainable order.
Okay, okay. Mr. Hegde, stay on with me. Raghav, just stay on because, we lost you there. I will get a quick comment from you, but there is breaking news coming in. Member of Parliament of the Bharatiya Janata of Delhi and from the Bharatiya Janata Party, Gautam Gambhir, has reacted to the LG's decision to overrule the Delhi government's order on Delhi beds being reserved for Delhiites. Gambhir has tweeted, and I quote, "Excellent step by Lieutenant Governor to overrule Delhi government's idiotic order of not treating patients from other states. India is one and we have to fight this pandemic together. India fights Corona" is the hashtag. Raghav, would you like to respond to what Gautam Gambhir has said?
Now give me some time because I lost the connection. First of all, we sought an opinion, a suggestion from the people of Delhi, and roughly 7.5 lakh people sent in their suggestions to the government of Delhi. Over and above that, there was a Dr. Mahesh Verma committee that was constituted to look at the infrastructure in the national capital and then come to a conclusion as to how do we allocate this infrastructure among people. Both the opinion of the people and the Dr. Mahesh Verma committee coincided and said that some hospitals do need to be reserved for the people of Delhi. I think the order superseding the order of the Chief Minister of Delhi issued by the Lieutenant Governor is a draconian one. And I would like to ask the Lieutenant Governor that we had explained this to him. The Chief Minister himself had explained the entire concept and the rationale behind this decision. So what is the reason? Why has he done this? And if, God forbid, tomorrow there is, situations go out of hand in Delhi and Delhiites do not get admission in Delhi government or central government run hospitals, who will be responsible? Will the Lieutenant Governor be responsible? Can the BJP answer? Why do they have this, angst to grind with the Delhiites simply because they've been voted out of power on so many occasions?
Ankit,
what is the reason for BJP's hatred? What is BJP's hatred for the people of Delhi?
Okay,
Why are they doing this?
Imagine. Okay, Raghav, I'm completely out of time, but I will give 10 seconds to Mr. Sinha. Mr. Sinha, quickly respond to only one thing. Mr. Sinha, quickly respond to only one thing. 7.5 lakh people, 90% of those. Mr. Sinha, hold on. Raghav, you made your point. Mr. Sinha, one question, sir. One question in conclusion. Mr. Sinha, one question in conclusion. 7.5 lakh people in Delhi have voted that the bed should be reserved for the people of Delhi. Does their opinion also matter, or should we not take their opinion in account?
Ankit, you have seen Aam Aadmi Party long enough to know that they utilize this word people and vote as per their own convenience, wherever they wish to. So nobody asked I do not even wish to go into examples. Does each and every decision of the Aam Aadmi Party government, do they do so? No, that is not the case. It is just for optics. But the legal position, constitution position is very clear, and legal position is what the High Court has
decisions like demonetization.
Legal position is not what
I'm completely out of time. I'm completely out of time. I don't even have one more second. In fact, thank you so much. This debate needs to settle down after the LG's order. Possibly there will be another round of political confrontation, but hopefully the court tomorrow is going to put the final word as far as whether Delhi can reserve the beds at a time of pandemic only for the people of Delhi, and what is going to be the repercussion and the impact on the preparations of Delhi, that we will know in the days to come. Thank you so much, Raghav Chadha, Sanjay Hegde and Aman Sinha for joining me on this 6 p.m. Prime Face Off.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.